Guys, so welcome to an all new video on my channel. So if you've been following me, then you might have noticed that I have created a separate channel for the travel vlogs. So since I travel with Shojatto, and initially we had started two different channels for our travel vlogs so that he'll post his content on his channel and I'll post in my channel, but that kind of seemed like it didn't really make any sense because we had to do the same work twice for two different content for the same thing. So we decided to shift all of it to a single channel and keep our travel vlogs separate. But at the same time, I didn't want to close my own channel. So I'm going to continue this channel, but I'll be posting book reviews and I'll try to post every week. But I usually get so busy that I don't really get that much time to shoot videos. I do keep reading books, but then I keep promising you guys about posting reviews and then I really don't end up doing that. And I've been thinking about this for quite some time that I want to post the reviews because I read a lot of books and I really like giving reviews, but I didn't really end up making vlogs about them. So it was kind of a resolution for 2020 that I'll definitely do it this time. Like I'll give no excuses and start the channel on book reviews. So every time, like when I start reading a book, like before starting to read, I always pick up reading lists from Pinterest. Like if you search books to read or something like that, you'll always get reading lists. So I definitely like following the list. Otherwise, I have so many books in mind that I get confused about which one to start. So that's the thing with me. That's why I always follow reading lists. Even for this one, there will be a reading list that I'll link in the description box below. So even if you want to follow that, you can do that. So the name of the series will be the books that you can read in one sitting, which you can see in the title of the video itself. And there will be 14 books, and today I'm going to review this book by Blake Crouch, which is called Dark Matter. Actually, when this book came out, there was a lot of hype about it, and I read it back in 2018, I guess. And I didn't really have any expectations, to be honest, because I never heard of Blake Crouch before. I was quite impressed by the synopsis that is given in the back, and that is what promoted me to buy this book. So there is no fixed genre that I love or hate. I like all books, but but I like all fiction books. I'm not a great fan of non-fiction, but I do want to read some personal growth books, but that's for a different time. Anyways, I never heard of Blake Crouch before I bought this book, and to be honest, after I bought this book, I literally read a lot of novels from Blake Crouch, and he's a brilliant writer. So this book is actually a science fiction, but you can call it a thriller too. I am personally a very big fan of thrillers. um, some people call it just a thriller, not a science fiction, but I think at its very core it is a science fiction first because it's related to that, and then it's a thriller. Before I begin this review, I want to tell you that it's going to be completely spoiler free. I'm not giving you any spoiler whatsoever because it is a thriller, and you'll not really get the sense of it if you know what is going to happen. So I'll just give you my point of view and that's it, and there will be no spoilers, I promise. So let's just get into the video. The first thing that I love about this book is definitely its cover. You have to see it in person to realize how great it is. It's a matte finish, but the letters are kind of embossed and they are glossy, and this entire color combination and even the illustration is related to the story, but you'll understand it once you complete it. So, and it's published by Pan Macmillan, and the pages are quite nice. The print is great. I got it from Amazon, and it has a total of 400 pages. I finished it in one day, and I know that you're going to do it too. After all, this series is all about books that you can finish in one day. This book is so fast paced, and the writing is so clear and easy that even a beginner can finish it in one day, I guess. So the plot is based, the main character of this story is a person called Jason Dessen, and he has a wife named Daniela and a son named Charlie. So Jason is basically a physics professor and he teaches undergrad students. And one fine evening he went to bring ice cream, yeah, I guess ice cream, yeah. He was returning home and then he was abducted by a masked individual who also injected some sort of tranquilizer kind of thing, or you'll think that it is a tranquilizer. It was some kind of drug that made him unconscious, and he was abducted at gunpoint. So the first thought that came to his mind was like, why would someone abduct a normal physics professor? This part in the first chapter where Jason is having a conversation with his friend. He went out, he met his old friend, and he was having a conversation over there where the friend kind of indicated that Jason could have done a lot of great things in his life if he would have chosen not to be a professor and he would have done research or stuff like that. So there you get the idea that Jason is really great at what he does, like he has a great knowledge, but he just chose to be a professor instead of expanding his horizons. So after that, Jason was abducted and then he wakes up in a room full of strangers, and he was also strapped to a gurney. And suddenly someone from that crowd told him welcome back. So he was taken aback because he doesn't know anyone there and they're welcoming him back, like, my god, I don't even know you people. So and then the last word spoken by the abductor to Jason before he got unconscious was like, are you happy in your life? That really gave me chills because those were the last words spoken by the abductor before Jason got unconscious. So if if you read it, you'll just know what I'm trying to say. Like, the writing is so good, it will make you feel it. And then after waking up to this new world, Jason realizes that here his house is not where it used to be, and his wife exists but she is not his wife. So she's not his wife, and thus his son doesn't exist. So he's practically woken up to a world where he's not a normal physics professor. He is some established researcher who has achieved something really impossible. I'm not going to give you much details, otherwise you'll not have that feeling when you'll read it. Now when Jason has woken up to this entirely new place, he begins questioning his reality, and he's thinking like whether this is his reality or whether the world which he remembers, where he had a wife and a son, that was his reality. Or he's like basically totally confused as to, yeah, which is the truth. The writing style is so good, you'll really sympathize for Jason. And when I was reading it, I really wanted him to go back to his wife and his son, to the life that was explained in the first chapter. So as the story progresses, Jason is really confused about what his reality basically is. So, and then I won't give you any more details. So the plot was really good, it's a page turner. Every page that you're reading and you're thinking that, oh my god, what is going to happen next, what is the truth. And there were so many bends in the stories, and after reading quite a part of the story, you'll be thinking, okay, this is happening. So just when you think that you have got it all figured out, that is when you'll realize, no, that's not what's happening. What is happening is completely different, and the twist was something, it came like out of the blue, and it was sitting right there. When you read the story and you get the twist, and you'll be thinking, okay, it was right there, but I didn't realize it coming. That's what happened with me. I don't know what will happen with you guys. Oh, I definitely want you to read this story. So there's another thing that I love about this book. It starts with a line, the starting line, the part where the author dedicates the book to someone. Here the author says, for anyone who has wondered what their life might look like at the end of the road not taken. So that's what something everyone wonders. Like, if you have reached a certain point in your life, there are always choices that you have to make. You have always face crossroads and you take the other road, and there will always be a road that you didn't take, right? So that's the concept of this book, and I really loved it. That's one of the reasons I loved it so much, actually. There's also another line inside the book which I love a lot, and it goes something like this: we are more than a sum total of our choices, that all the paths we might have taken factor somehow into the math of our identity. So it's something that will make you think. There are a lot more lines like that inside the book. If I have to rate this book, then I'll definitely give it a 5-star rating. I even gave it 5-star rating on Amazon. Also, I'll leave the link in the description box below where you can click and get this book if you want to read it or if you want to buy it. That is an affiliate link, so if you click on it and get this book, then I'll get a very small percentage, but it'll be of no extra cost to you. So if you're going to buy this book, please click on the link below. And if you're a beginner who's just starting to read, then also I'll suggest that you can read this book, because it's a page turner, and page turners are usually good for beginners because they'll keep you gripped till the last page. And definitely read this book on a day when you have a lot of time in your hand and you don't have any other important task to do or any deadline to cover, because it will keep you sitting in the same place for hours. You will not be able to get up until you know what is going to happen. So as The Guardian, I guess it was The Guardian, yeah, The Guardian called it the most helter-skelter race to the finish line thriller you will read all year. And yes, it definitely is race to the finish. As you'll get to the climax, you'll get to know why I'm saying that. And that's it. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll definitely try to post videos every week. I want to post it every week. And as I told you, there will be 14 books in this entire series. I haven't read all of them yet. I'm reading it. I have read 3 to 4, I guess, but I also have this habit: when I find a new author like Blake Crouch, I tend to buy some of their other books as well, apart from the one that was present in the reading list. So Blake Crouch is apparently known for his Wayward Pines trilogy. I even have the last book here in front of me, which is this one. This is it's a trilogy, and this is the last part. I'm still reading it, and somewhere over here, yeah. So I am going to be reviewing this trilogy next, because and I'll be creating a separate playlist for that where you can check the authors separately. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.